There are a lot of video games out there, and some I wouldn't even recommend at all. However, there's also some games that are so good, I recommend everyone plays them at least once. Even if you don't consider yourself a gamer, I'm sure there's at least one game on this list that you'll have a blast playing. So, let's begin. The first one on the list is Minecraft. I think I'm doing a criminal offense to not include this timeless classic. Minecraft has a certain whimsy to it. It's so open and so free, you can do literally anything. And this list isn't supposed to just be like a top 10 games of all time list. My list flat looks very different to this. But Minecraft would definitely be on both, because it's just such a well-crafted game, pun intended. There is so much you can do in Minecraft. You can build houses, you can make farms, you can play with others, you can play by yourself, you can play hardcore, you can speedrun, you can play PvP, you can play Skyblock, you can use mods to make the game better, or you can choose to stick with the vanilla experience. You can play older versions. There is like nothing that this game doesn't do. And due to just how easy it is to get into it and how simple it can be at its lowest level, I think that anyone can pick up Minecraft and play it and have fun at the same time. You could give Minecraft to a 4-year-old, to a 15-year-old, to a 20-year-old, to a 30-year-old, to a 60-year-old. They could still manage to find a way to have fun in their worlds. And like all good games, I think that there is a good message behind it. That end poem, it has something special in it. And I'll leave it at that. Ah yes, GeoGuessr, another classic. If you've been around on the internet at all basically for the last 10 years, you've probably heard of this game or seen it, or you've at least aware of its existence most likely. Where GeoGuessr, what it does is it puts you anywhere on Google Street View, it picks a random spot anywhere in the world and puts you there, and you have to find out where you are. You can do it through lucky guesses, or you can study the game for thousands of hours and learn all the techniques. It's a really fun way to pass a bit of time every now and then, and it builds your geography knowledge quite well. Which is why I think GeoGuessr is another game that everyone should try at least once. If you play it just for a little bit, you can spend just 5 minutes on it. It doesn't have to be long. But yeah, you can learn some great stuff, you can find some cool places, and it's just a fun little game to compete against your friends in at the end of the day. It's very simple, not very intensive, and can be quite therapeutic in a weird way.
Launch in 3, 2, 1.
Subnautica has to be one of the greatest games ever made, and that's for a whole bunch of reasons. Namely, it has like a top 3 soundtrack of all time, the OST is so good, the graphics are incredible, you get really immersed into this alien world. Speaking of immersion, the story is also really strong, not so much in the sequel, but the first game has a really good story behind it. Now, I will say it does have some scare elements to it, which is one thing to keep in mind, especially when we're talking about games that I'm recommending to everyone. But if you're playing in like creative mode, which is an option, then you don't get attacked by anything, so it's completely chill when you've got it like that. But Subnautica just has so much to explore, so much lore to learn, and much like I said with Minecraft, it's also got like a really good message behind it, especially towards the end of the story. Without giving spoilers, I think you do learn quite a valuable lesson from Subnautica. This is definitely a game that I would love to replay for the first time again. The next on my list is Mario Kart, and I'm using Wii in this example gameplay because it's my favourite Mario Kart, and it's also, to be fair, one of like the 3 Mario Karts that I've ever played. And it's the only one that I have readily access to, because while I have played Mario Kart 8, I don't actually own a Switch and I can't regularly play it. But Mario Kart is such a good game to play, especially with like family or friends. It's like one of the best LAN games I can think of, like literally ever. It's just so chaotic all the time, especially if you're on frantic mode, which is what I highly recommend. I don't recommend you take it too seriously. I think it's just a lot of fun just to whack each other about with you know, the shells and the bananas and the mushrooms. You know, it's so much fun to play this game, and it's super easy to pick up. I've been playing Mario Kart Wii since a very, very young age, and I still love it now, and I'll never turn down a game of Mario Kart Wii. And one of the things that surprises me about Mario Kart is that it's surprisingly replayable despite how simple it is. For example, on Mario Kart Wii, I would never turn down anyone in a race on Coconut Mood, despite the fact that I've driven that track thousands of times, and I'll happily do it several thousand more. And I think as far as racing games go, this is one of the best ones for us, like, casual people to enjoy as well, because recently me and my brother have been sweating out F1 2009, and while that is also a great game, I'm not going to put it in this list because it is definitely a bit of a step up from Mario Kart, and I'd definitely recommend Mario Kart to a casual audience way more than F1 2009. Not that F1 2009 is overly realistic, I'm going to be honest, it's kind of trash. And it's still a lot of fun, and it's still quite arcadey, it's just not on the same level as Mario Kart Wii. What's that sound?
Just accept it.
Oh my god!
Oh my Jesus Christ! Was that a lightning strike or?
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
hello. He got
What the hell is going on? Now, next on the list is a category of game widely regarded to as friend slop. I personally don't really like that term because it suggests that they're all slop, and I mean, they are quite low budget games, so that's sort of the point of them. Friend slop isn't one specific game, so I'm kind of cheating with the list here, but it's because there's so many of them and they're all so cheap, and so it doesn't cost much, it's not a big investment, but they can give you so many hours of fun with your friends every single time. There's a new trending one every couple of months, so if you just keep an eye out on socials, you'll see when one pops up. A few that I can think of are Among Us, Lethal Company, Repo, Burgling Gnomes is one that me and my friends have been playing at the moment, Gone Fishing was the one I showed in that intro clip, but there's so many good friend slop games that are just so much fun. Have that. Oh Jesus Christ! Be careful! I don't know if you've got unlimited bullets. Oh my god! Now, as the term friend slop kind of suggests, then yeah, these games are way better played with friends than solo. So I do recommend playing this one with your friends rather than alone. But like, there's so many different types of friend slop games that I'm sure that there's a game that you and your friends can all play that you all have a good time playing, and you'll make some good memories on it. Even if you only put a couple hours into it, I've got so many memories from these games. Oh! Where's the gun? Oh, he's got the gun!
I'm with it. Don't choose life.
Don't stay up there too late.
Why?
Because you'll die if you're outside.
He might be out. He might be safe.
You ain't making it though. Oh
How are they
shit,
gonna
there's
get
something
him up?
chasing you, Charlie. There's something chasing you.
What is that?
Oh. Dan made the right decision.
Hey, the
No,
devil's
look
still
away
not
from
happy.
it. It's like some.
Yeah, you run.
Yo, Dan's. Oh, Dan's killed himself. Dan's committed.
No, there's a spider that way. Fuck that. Land
The next game on the list is Wii Sports, which is another one that I think is really great to play with friends or family, because Wii Sports can be a lot of fun. And again, it's quite simple and it's quite easy to get a hold of. It's another one I've played for years, in case you couldn't tell, because it's a Wii game. And it's just not like it's one I've picked up yesterday. But Wii Sports is a game that is a classic. I think everyone should try at least once. There's so much fun you can have on this game. And the background footage here, I used bowling and tennis. There is more than that. And there's also Wii Sports Resort, which is a separate game, but it's got like the same sports and a couple extra as well, I think. But you can't beat the classic. Wii Sports itself is so good. And it's another one I can see myself playing time and time again. It's not quite as repetitiveness free. That's not the word I'm looking for, but it's not quite as replayable as Mario Kart. And it definitely gets boring after a little bit, but Wii Sports Resort is a great game to kill a bit of time, and it's a great way to have some laughs with your friends and your family. And so I couldn't recommend Wii Sports enough. Now, do excuse the slightly sloppy tennis gameplay you see here, because I was playing on an Xbox One controller, so you've got to cut me some slack. But Wii Sports, it's got a wide variety of games on it. You can do bowling, tennis, boxing, baseball, and golf, which is one of the classics. Golf is such a great game on this, I highly recommend it. But yeah, Wii Sports is a bit like Mario Kart, where it's another great party game, it's a great LAN game, so I highly recommend you play it in person with people, and I'm sure you'll have a great time. Now, I'm jumping straight on the mic with this one, because I know immediately some of you are going to have some doubts, but Roblox can be so much fun when you find the right games and you're playing with the right people. There are dozens of Roblox games that have been good over the years, and I mean, to be fair, these days it's a bit more slop, you know, you got like Steal Her Brain Rot and all these new gen games. I'm an old man, get off my lawn. But it's definitely not the same platform that it once was, and it's also a platform, not really a game, so I understand some criticisms there. But there's so many good games that have been made over the years, and across the different eras of Roblox, I've made so many great memories. I've got a couple of Roblox videos already up on my channel, and there will probably be more in the future as well.
I'm doing a fucking cards with these two people. Oh god. That's not my fault. That wasn't my fault. This one will be. Yeah.
The way to have fun on Roblox is just find a game that you enjoy and stick with it, and then every now and then switch it up and find a new one. I know my brother's audience especially are going to really appreciate this segment of the video, so hey to anyone from his channel. But as I mentioned, Roblox is a platform. There are thousands of games in Roblox, and they're all very unique and very different, so it's just going to be a case of trial and error and seeing what works best for you. Now, I'm kind of cheating again here, but once again using the any term for just a genre of games, but it's because, to be honest, with shooters, it's another one where it's very strongly based on personal preference. Me personally, I quite like a bit slower, more tactical games like Counter-Strike and Valorant, but I'm well aware that there's people like my brother who much prefer the fast-paced games like COD where you just run around and blast people, and both are totally valid. In fact, I would say it's actually healthy to get a good mix of the two, and not just stick to one permanently. And so that's why I think it's important to experiment in this category. Play a wide variety of them and then come back to whichever one you liked, or if you didn't like any of them at all, that's also fair enough, because they certainly aren't for everyone, but I do think that it's worth trying for everyone. Because it's not just about being good at the game. Sure, it can be one thing to flex your skill in Fortnite, but it's also one thing to be able to just have some fun, create some memories of your friends, meet some new people maybe even in like squad fills, and it's just a great opportunity to, again, kill a bit of time and have some fun online, which is what games are about really. So if you like a bit more action, or if you're a bit more competitive of a person, then this is definitely the category of game that I'd recommend for you.
Reload and yeah.
Yes! Cookie Clicker is the most basic of games, and it is the staple of office game or school game, where it's a game that you play when all you've got is a browser, because that's all you need. I mean, you can play it on Steam if you really wanted to, but let's be real, everyone just plays it in their Google Chrome browser, because that's the simplest and easiest way to do it, and that's what this game's about really. You just have it running in the background, making cookies for you, and you upgrade your bakery, and you keep going and keep going and keep going infinitely. That's Cookie Clicker. Now, this game actually has some crazy lore if you try and 100% it. It's absolutely nuts. If you can't be bothered to do it yourself, there's a really great YouTube series on it that I highly recommend. But yeah, Cookie Clicker is absolutely nuts. It gets kind of out of hand kind of quick, and you're dealing with ridiculously large numbers. And it's not overly riveting to sit here and just play it in focus. But it's sort of one of those things where it's like, if it's in the background, so you just keep coming back to every now and then yeah, sure, it's a good way to keep things going a bit and keep things a bit more interesting rather than just sitting around all day doing not a lot. Now, I know as a fact that there's at least one of my IRL friends looking at us right now going, oh my god, he's mentioned Skylanders. And before you say that, I want you to hear me out. This section isn't actually about Skylanders. Skylanders is just my example. This section is to find something that you specifically are overly passionate about for not really any reason. For me, Skylanders is something that I've played since the games came out, so 15 years now, and I'm really passionate about them. I have a massive collection of them, which I post updates on relatively regularly, and I've got a whole bookshelf in the corner of my room full of these little plastic figures that you use to play this game. And if you're not familiar with Skylanders, then that's fine, I don't really expect you to be. But it's just finding games that you are really passionate about, even if they're not particularly mainstream. I mean, Skylanders was, but it's not anymore. But stuff like this, because gaming is very personal, it's very, to you, to your liking, and that's what matters. You need to find a game that you enjoy. So while I do think that the games on my list are games that everyone should try, I think that realistically, a game that you should try is just whatever you enjoy. You just gotta experiment with things, find something that you like, and there you go. Because I can only recommend you so far, and you've got to figure some things out on your own. So trial and error, just enjoy as many games as you can, play a wide variety, and I'm sure you'll have a ton of fun on a ton of different titles. Also, try Skylanders. Please, it's a great game. It's a great franchise. I really recommend it. Play Skylanders, play Skylanders, play Skylanders.